Welcome to KTU online study app. So today we are going to see the mathematics for group B and C student for semester 2. Let me decode the syllabus. So in previous class, what are the topic we have covered? We have covered the topics on limit and continuity. So today topic is about partial derivative, which is very important topic which will be coming in our upcoming semester also. Okay, very high yielding area also. So partial derivative. What is partial derivative? So in our school life, we have studied about the ordinary differential equation, and I have told you in first video also. I have told you about the differentiable equation. Differentiable equation is divided into two parts. We know the thing. One is what? Ordinary differential equation, and another one is what? We know the thing, that is partial differential equation. This is the thing we have seen in our previous class. Okay. So in today's class, we are going to see the topics on partial derivative, partial derivative of function with the two variables, and we are also going to see with more than two variable, that is with the two variable and more than two variable. Here they are mentioning about the variable, means that is x, y, z. Okay, that's the thing. If it is more than two variable, means x, y, z, and higher ordered partial derivative. So these are the topics today we are going to cover. Okay. Now, how to identify the difference between ordinary differential equation and partial differential equation? Okay. Okay. So, ordinary differential equation. Ordinary differential equation means it is dx by dy, or we can also say the thing dy by dx or dz by dt. So if you observe here the x is an in here if you observe here x is an, so in first case I am saying x is the dependent variable. It's a dependent variable. Example, I can say the thing y is equal to x square. Example, we can write an example, x is equal to y square plus 1. So x value is depend on y. Similarly, z is equal to t cube plus 1. So here also z value is depend on t. That means if you assume t is equal to 0, z is equal to 1, we will be getting. Here also y is equal to 1 if I assume x value is equal to 2. So like this way. So that is the reason we are calling it as what? Dependent variable and independent variable. So here in differentiation equation, x is the dependent variable. So x is the dependent variable. That means numerator value is a dependent variable and denominator value is independent variable. Independent variable. This is numerator, and denominator is independent. Denominator is an independent variable. So this is the difference. So when it comes to ordinary differential equation, you will be having single independent variable and single dependent variable. You will have one dependent and one independent variable. So when you are seeing here dx, x is what? X is dependent variable, and what are you having? Y is an independent variable. That means you are having one independent variable and one dependent variable. So when it comes to partial derivative, you will be having two or more variable as a independent variable. For example, dou z by dou x plus dou z by dou y. That means you can also say the thing z is equal to x square plus y square is equal plus 1. That means z is depend upon x and y value. So when z is depending upon x and y value, we will be saying that thing it is partial derivative. We want to take partial derivative. That means dou z by dou x comma dou z by dou y. That means here the z is depending upon the value of x and value of y. So that's the reason we are saying it is a partial derivative. Here we want to take partial derivative when more than two independent variables, because here two independent variables are there. Here two independent variables are there. Two independent variables are there. So from here we can come to the conclusion. What is the conclusion we can come? We can say that thing for partial derivative. For partial derivative, we will have two or more independent variable. This is the thing. This is the thing you want to be remember. We will having partial derivative. We will be having two or more independent variable. Independent variable means what? In the denominator. Okay. Now, when we are taking the dou, for example, when we are taking with the dou z by dou x, that means we are doing here what? Partial derivative means we are showing partiality. That means only we will be considering x value only when we are with respect to x. Partial derivative with respect to x means only we are considering x value. The rest of the things are we are considering as what? Constant. For example, if it is z is equal to x y, z is equal to x y means when I am derivating, what derivative means what? Here differentiation. When I am differentiating dou z by dou x, what will happen? Here I want to treat other term as a constant. So here other term is what? Y is another term. So I am taking y as a constant outside. A constant term I am taking outside. So what is the derivative of x? Differentiation value of x is what? 1. So what is our dou z by dou x is nothing but y. So this is our dou z by dou x. Okay. Similarly, for example, dou z by dou y, that is partial derivative. Partial derivative with respect to y. I am taking with respect to y means z is equal to xy. That means what I want to do? I want to treat other term as a constant. Here what is other term? Other term is x. So I am taking other term x as a constant and derivative of y is what? 1. Similarly, z is equal to, if it is x square plus y square. So what I can able to do? Dou z by dou y. When I am doing with respect to y, I want to treat other term as a constant. So when you are derivating the constant term, what will happen? It will become 0. So here what is other term? X square is another term. So when you are derivating the x square, it will become 0 because other terms are constant. Other terms constant. Constant. So plus y square, when you are differentiating y square, what will happen? It will become 2y power 1. 2y power 1. So this is the way you want to solve this sum. Okay, this is the partial derivative. Partial derivative means showing partiality by taking only that value, keeping other value as a constant. Okay, this is the way we want to solve this sum. Otherwise, see, suppose here 2y is there. What you used to do in differentiation? Differentiation, what you will be saying? 2 into 1. Why we are saying it is 2 into 1? Because here 2 is what? Constant. Is same way only here also we want to treat. Okay. So now we will go to the problem number 1. So in problem number 1, what is they have given? The given is given f is equal to 4x cube y square. 4x cube y square. What is the thing they have asked? Find the first order. So you want to be very careful. Here they are asking about the first order partial derivatives. So given we have written. So what is the thing? Dou f by dou x with respect to, that is taking partial derivative with respect to x. So when I am taking with respect to x, what will happen? It will become, other term will become constant. other terms become constant. So here what is the other term? Y square. So I am taking 4y square outside. Then differentiation value of x cube. What is the differentiation value of x cube? That is nothing but 3 into x power 3 minus 1. That is, what is the differentiation formula? D of x power n is what? That is nothing but n into x power n minus 1. So here what is n? N equal to 3. So we are getting 3 into x power 3 minus 1. So what we will be getting? We will be getting 3 into x square. So dou f by dou x is equal to what we are getting? We are getting 12 y square x square. So this is our dou f by dou x. Now partial derivative with respect to what? Y. Partial derivative with respect to y. That means what? Treating other term as a constant. Treating other term constant. So what will happen? So it will become dou f by dou y. That is differentiate with respect to y. That means what we will be getting? Other terms are constant. Is what is the other term here? 4 into x cubes are other term. So what is the differentiation value of y square? That is nothing but 2 into y power 1. So what we will be getting? We will be getting 2 into y power 1. So when you are multiplying, it will become 8x cube y. So this is the way we want to do the partial derivative. Okay. So here what we are doing, that is we are taking partial derivatives. Partial derivative means we are doing the differentiation with the partiality. That is differentiation with the partiality. That is treating only that x term, other terms and all what we are taking as a constant. That is other terms are constant. Here the other terms are constant. So you want to be very careful with this word. Other terms are constant, and partial derivative will be utilized for only for two or more variable, two or more independent variable. In this such a condition only it will be useful. Independent variable. Okay, so we will move on to the problem number 2. So in problem number 2 also what they have asked, find the first order partial derivative. That is given z is equal to e power of x sin y. So if you observe here, z is dependent on two independent variable. That means if I put x is equal to 0, what will happen? E power of 0 is equal to 1. And if I put sin y is equal to 0, what is sin 0? Sin 0 is equal to 0. So what is z is equal to 0? That means z is equal to 0. So same thing only. So from here we can able to understand it is partial derivative. So here even they have given find the partial derivative. I'm just giving an example how we are taking it as a partial derivative. Okay. So z is equal to 0. Now what is the thing? Question is find the first order partial derivative. First order partial derivative means what? Partial derivative with respect to x I am taking first. So that is dou z by dou x. That is nothing but I want to treat what? I want to treat y as a constant. Here y as a constant. So what I can do? I can take sin y outside because it is a common. So I am taking sin y common outside. So differentiation of e power of ax is what? That is nothing but a into e power of ax. So here what is they have given? Here given is e power of x. So a is what? So a equal to 1. So what is differentiation of e power of x? That is nothing but 1 into e power of x. 1 into x. So what we will be getting? We will be getting e power of x. So this is the partial derivative with respect to x. Now partial derivative with respect to y. When we are taking with respect to y, what will happen? it will become is dou z by dou y is equal to, we will be getting ex as a constant. So taking ex outside, so what is the differentiation value of sin y? That is nothing but cos y into 1. So that is differentiation of sin ay is equal to what? A into cos ay. Similarly, differentiation of cos ay is what? That is nothing but a into minus sin ay. So this is the formula. So you want to be very thorough with the differentiation formula. Okay. So it is a very easy topic. That is, you want to show the partiality just like a integration procedure. Okay. So this is your required answer. So answer is what? Answer is dou z by dou y is equal to e power of x cos y for partial derivative with respect to y, and for partial derivative with respect to x we are getting ex sin y. Okay. Okay, now we will go to the problem number 3. See, what is they have given? Given z is equal to log x square plus y square. So, what they have asked? They have asked about the find the first order partial derivative. That means taking partiality dou z by dou x, partial derivative with respect to x. So here we should be very careful. See, here they have mentioning about the bracket. So whenever bracket is given, we want to check whether that such a term, that is partial derivative, that is x or y term should present inside the brackets or not, so this one we want to check. So when it comes to dou z by dou x, we want to check whether inside the bracket x is there. See, here inside the bracket x is there, so we can able to do the partial derivative. Otherwise automatically what it will become? It will become 0. Okay, so but here inside the bracket x square is there, so x term is there. So what we can able to do means we can do the partiality with respect to x. How we can able to do? First you want to complete the bracket, then inside the bracket you want to complete. So first bracket completing. How? Partial derivative dou z by dou x. So first, what is the differentiation value of log? Log is nothing but 1 by that bracket. What is the inside the bracket? Inside the bracket is, that is nothing but, so what is inside the bracket? Inside the bracket is nothing but x square plus y square. So first we want to write the inside the bracket. So what is inside the bracket? That is nothing but bracket x square plus y square. Now partial derivative with inside the bracket. When you are taking inside the bracket, what is happening? Partial derivative in inside the bracket, dou by dou x inside the bracket, x square plus y square. What will happen? That is nothing but dou z by dou x is equal to 1 divided by x square plus y square. So when you are taking partial differentiation inside the bracket, what is happening? X square. When you are differentiating x square, what we will be getting? We will be getting 2x. And when you are differentiating the constant, here it is not a y square, you are differentiating the constant term. So here you are differentiating the constant term. When you are differentiating the constant term, what we will be getting? We will be getting 0. So what is our answer? Dou z by dou x is equal to 1 divided by x square plus y square into 2x. So this is our required answer for dou z by dou x. Now partial derivative with respect to dou z by dou y. With respect to y. So what? First we want to finish the bracket. So what is the thing? Log. What is the log differentiation? Log differentiation is 1 divided by that value. Here that value is bracket. So bracket. Inside the bracket what is there? X square plus y square. Now taking partial derivative inside the bracket, dou by dou y of x square plus y square. So what will happen? It will become 1 divided by x square plus y square Here with respect to what? With respect to y we are taking. So when we are taking with respect to y, what will happen? X square will become 0 and y square it will become 2y. Differentiation of y square is what? 2y. So this is the required answer. So what is our answer? Answer is 2y divided by x square plus y square. So from here, what is the condition? Whenever bracket is given, solve outside the bracket first, then partial derivative inside the bracket. Note, if inside the bracket such a term never exceed means automatically it is 0. It is 0. Automatically it is 0. That means example I will be saying here instead here so so here you just see the example z is equal to log x square plus 2 they have given x square plus 2. I am doing dou z by with respect to what? With respect to y I am doing. So with respect to y, that means treating other terms are constant, treating other term constant. So what will happen? First I want to do what? I want to take the outside the bracket. So what is the differentiation value of log? That is nothing but 1 divided by x square plus 2 inside the bracket. Now see dou by dou y of x square plus 2, what will happen? Dou by dou y, partial derivative. When you are taking here other terms are x square. See other term. So other term is what? X square plus 2. So when you are derivating with respect to y, what will happen? It will become 1 divided by x square by 2. It will become 0. 0 into any term 0 only, no? 0 into any term 0. So dou z by dou y is equal to 0. This is the reason where you want to check the bracket very carefully. Inside where y term is there or not. Here no y term. So automatically we can say the thing it is equal to 0. Dou z by dou y is equal to 0. Okay. Let me go with one more example. For example, another one example z is equal to log 2y square plus 3. So what will happen? I am doing partial derivative z with respect to x. You just see where in bracket. So inside the bracket no x term is present. So what will happen here? Automatically I am doing partial derivative with respect to x, but inside the bracket no x term is there. So automatically what I can write? I can write 0. So this is the thing. Okay. So we will go move on to the problem number 4. So just observe the problem number 4. So in problem number 4, what they have given f is equal to x square plus 5x minus 2y the whole power 5. So first you want to what you want to do? You want to complete outside the bracket dou f by dou x. So what will happen? So what is given in the outside the bracket? That is x power, that is bracket power n, that is nothing but what it will happen, it is nothing but n into that bracket n minus 1. So what will happen? So bracket n is what? N equal to 5. So 5 into bracket 5 minus 1. So what is inside the bracket? Inside the bracket x square plus 5x minus 2y. So what we are doing? Partial derivative with respect to x. So inside the bracket x is there. So inside the bracket x is present, so it is not equal to 0. So x is there, so we can able to continue. So now after completing the outside the bracket, now we want to do what? We want to do the inside the bracket. So inside the bracket, derivative of x square plus 5x minus 2y. So what it will become? It will become 5 into x square plus 5x minus 2y. 5 minus 1 is 4. Partial derivative with respect to what? X. So when you are derivating with respect to x, what will happen to x square? X square will become 2x plus 5 into 1. So minus 2y. What will happen to the minus 2y? Minus 2y is a constant, so it will become 0. So what is our answer? Our answer is 5 into x square plus 5y minus 2y into 2x plus 5. So this is our required dou f by dou x. Now partial derivative with respect to y. See inside the bracket, partial f is equal to x square plus 5x minus 2y power 5. Now partial derivative with respect to y. With respect to y we are doing. So what will happen with respect to y? Now in outside the bracket we want to complete. So outside the bracket, just observe y is there. So dou f by dou y is equal to what will happen? So it is nothing but 5 into x square plus 5x minus 2y, 5 minus 1 into dou by dou y of x square plus 5x minus 2y. So I told you, when taking partial derivative with respect to y, what will happen? X will become constant. So dou f by dou y is equal to what we will be getting? We will be getting 5 into x square plus 5x minus 2y 4. So here what we will be getting? Here partial derivative with respect to y. So this term will becomes constant 0 0. So we will be getting minus 2 into 1. So that is nothing but minus 10 x square plus 5x minus 2y the whole price to 4. So that means first you want to complete the outside the bracket. You want to check whether inside the bracket x or y term is present or not. That means if respect to y means you want to check inside the bracket y is present or not. With respect to x means you want to check inside the bracket x is present or not. Okay. So now we will go to the problem number 5. So in problem number 5, you just see the observe. You just observe very carefully. So what is they have given? Given dou f by dou, given f is equal to x power 4 sin x y cube. So here you want to be very careful. Okay. So partial derivative with respect to x. So what will happen with respect to x? See, with respect to x, what will happen? Just you observe dou f by dou x. Here, if we observe, here also x power 4 is there. In bracket also what is there? X is there, sin x. This is quadratic plus trigonometry. That means what we can able to use UV method. UV method. So what is UV formula? UV formula is what? UV formula. Differentiation of U is nothing but UV dash plus VU dash. So what is U? U is equal to, I am taking x power 4. What is V? V is equal to sin x into y cube. X into y cube. This is our UV. Now partial derivative. So what will happen? It will become, so what is the formula? Dou by dou x is equal to UV method. So it will become U V dash plus V U dash. So what is U? U is equal to x power 4. So when comes to V dash, that is V dash means here also we want to do partial derivative here also. So want to do partial derivative. partial derivative. So what will happen? So dou by dou x with respect to sine x y cube. So what it will become? It will become what? First outside the bracket we want to complete. First outside the bracket. What is outside the bracket? Outside the bracket is sine. Differentiation of sine is what? That is nothing but cos. So cos bracket is completed. Now inside the bracket. Inside the bracket what is there? It is nothing but now partial derivative of that is dou by dou x of inside the bracket. Inside the bracket what is there? X y cube. So what will happen? So that is nothing but we will be getting dou by dou x of x y cube. That is nothing but what we will be getting. Treating y cube as a constant. So when you are treating y cube as a constant, what will become? Y cube. Differentiation of x is what? 1. So we will be getting here x y cube. So what we will be getting? Our b dash is equal to cos x y cube into what we will be getting? We will be getting y cube into 1. Okay. Similarly, what is u dash? U dash is equal to 4 into x cube. So 4 into x cube, that is x power n is equal to what? Differentiation, that is nothing but n into x power n minus 1. So here n equal to 4. So 4 into x power n 4 minus 1. So for 4 power 4 into x cube. So what is the thing? So what is our formula? That is dou by dou f of dou x is equal to, we are getting u. U is what? X power 4. V dash. V dash is nothing but cos x y cube into y cube. This is u. This is v dash plus v. What is v? V is nothing but sine x y cube. V dash u dash. U dash is nothing but 4x cube. So this is our required answer. So what I have done in V dash, you should be very careful in V dash. Once again I am repeating the V dash concept, that is V dash is equal to what? That is dou by dou x of sine x y cube. So what will happen? It will become, now outside the bracket. Outside the bracket means what is outside the bracket? That is cos x y cube. Now outside the bracket is nothing but cos y x cube. Now inside the bracket. Inside the bracket means dou by dou x of inside the bracket. So dou by dou x of inside the bracket, what will happen? It will become cos x y cube. Partial derivative with respect to x means what? It is nothing but y cube is constant. Taking y cube common outside. Differentiation of x is what? 1. Differentiation of x is 1. So this is nothing but v dash. So this is the way we are getting the v dash. Okay. Now partial derivative with respect to y we want to take. Partial derivative with respect to y. So treating other terms are constant. So here x is equal to constant. So what will happen? Treating x is equal to constant. X is equal to what? Constant. So what will you getting? Dou f by dou y. So what will happen? That is nothing but here what is the, here x power 4 is what? Here x power 4 is constant. So writing the constant first outside. Now inside the bracket y is there. So you can able to do the partial derivative. So partial derivative of sine is what? That is nothing but cos inside the bracket. So that is x y cube. Now outside the bracket. So outside the bracket, that is dou by dou y of x y cube. So what will happen? It will become x power 4 cos x y cube. Partial derivative of that inside the bracket is what? That is nothing but x is constant. Now what is y cube? Y cube is nothing but 3 into y square. So what is our answer? Our answer is x power 4 cos x y cube into x into 3y square. This is our answer. Okay. This is our answer. This is our answer. Okay. So we will be seeing in our part 2 video. Okay. Thank you.